So what is inheritance? Inheritance, polymorphism, constructors, destructors, exception handling. So these are the base topics in object-oriented programming structure, classes and objects. So irrespective of a C++ or Java or Python, whatever it is. OOPS concepts means classes and objects, constructors, destructors, inheritance, polymorphism, and exception handling, and etc. One class can be created from another class. Creating a new class from an existing class is called inheritance. So what is the advantage? So look at this example. I have a base class with member A, member B, and I have a derived class. Derived class means the class which is newly created. Base class is nothing but parent class or superclass. Derived class is nothing but the one which is created from base class. We can use the term child class or subclass. So base class or parent class or superclass. Derived class or child class or subclass. So if I create a class from the existing class, so here I created a derived class from the base class. All the properties of base class are applicable to derived class. Look at this derived class. Derived class is having member C and member D. What are the properties of base class? Member A and member B. And those properties are applicable to derived class. So that is the advantage. So we use the term superclass, subclass, base class, derived class, and etc. So what is the advantage? The advantage is reusability. We'll see some examples here. The syntax is class, derived class, colon, the symbol colon, access specifier. Access specifier can be public, private, or protected. As we know, public and private, protected is the one you get it in inheritance only. We'll be discussing it. And name of the base class. So I repeat, class, derived class name, colon, access specifier, base class name. And of course, whatever the member data or member functions you want to put it in the new class, derived class. So look at this. Just imagine we have a class called A. Look at example 1. Class B is created from A. So A is your base class and B is your derived class, and it is derived publicly. Example 2, private derivation. Example 3, the access modifier is not specified, means by default it is private. Example 4 is protected. It's nothing but private here, but protected we'll be discussing using an example. So when we use a public access specifier like example 1, the public members of the base class are the public members of derived class. Similarly, if I use protected members of base class are protected members of derived class. When a private access specifier is used, the public and protected members of the base class are the private members of derived class. Look at this example. So what is base class? Is class A. In class A we have member data X, From A, B is created. Look at the class B colon public A. So A is your base class and B is your derived class. Base class member data is X and derived class member data is Y. In the main program, as we know, the properties of base class are applicable to derived class. We don't need to create an object to base class. You create an object to derived class only. So what is the object of derived class? Is small b. Now b dot x is equal to 20. B dot y is equal to 30. What is x? X is the member data of base class. So what is the advantage of inheritance? The member data and the member functions of any base class can be used in derived class. So I am accessing x using the derived class object. B dot x is equal to 20, B dot y is equal to 30. It's public derivation. This is single inheritance. One class is created from another class. One base class and one derived class is called single inheritance. In private derivation, an object of derived class has no permission to access the public members of base class. That is to be observed. Look at this example. Class A is base class, X is private. The member data is private and we have a constructor in public. This is your constructor. No confusion, this is a constructor definition. Better while practicing you just put it in down. X is equal to 20 and we have show X. Now from A, B is created. In B, Y is public and we have a constructor in B, that is Y is equal to 30, and we have a function show Y. Put it on the paper clearly. I have a base class with member data is private, one constructor and one function. In derived class, member data is public Y and one constructor and one member function. Now look at this. An object is created. B dot show Y. Just observe the things very clearly. B dot show Y. Show Y is the method of, that is a member function of class B. But inside show Y, what happened here? Can you look at this? Show X is called. The member function of base class is called inside the member function of derived class. So if you make a call B dot show Y, the control will be transferred to show Y. Inside show Y, show X is called, and in show X you get X as 20. So why we need these type of things? Because X is declared as private. So a private data of any particular class can be accessed using its functions. So I need to create a function here. So private inheritance, look at this class A, I have an X in public. Look at this class B private A. B is created from A but private. So what is inside B? I have Y and one constructor and one method show. Inside show, X is displayed and Y is displayed. So what is X? X is of class A. So X is of class A, which is public. As it is a private derivation, I used X in the constructor of class B. So I can't use it in constructor of class A. Okay. So object, whenever object is created B, the constructor will be called. And in the constructor X is 20 and Y is 40. Now B dot show X and Y are displayed. Try to observe the difference between each and every program. Now look at this. I have base class A, X and public. We have a constructor and show X. and A is private. Derivation is private. Class B private A. Here I have Y and one constructor. Inside the constructor Y is 40. Show Y. So inside show Y, show X is called. And the same process. So even though it is private, even though it is a private derivation, I have a constructor in A and a method in B. Method in A show X. The show X is used inside class B's member function show Y. So what are the access specifiers and the scope? If the base class is public and the derived class is private, then it is private and public and protected. Yes, look at this. If the base class is private, I can't make any inheritance. So these points are very important. No confusion regarding all these types. Go through all the points. So what are the types of inheritance? Single, multiple, hierarchical, multi-level, hybrid and multi-path. Single, one class is created from another class. One base class and one derived class. Look at this. The class name is publisher. I have p name and place. Inside I have member function get data and show. From publisher book is created. Class book colon public publisher. So here the base class is publisher and derived class is book. And in book I have title and price and pages. In this I have get data and show. You just observe get data here. As I use the same member function names get data and show in base class as well as derived class in these type of situations. If you want to call the get data of base class, better use the notation. Look at that, class name colon scope relation operator and get data. No need of object or something. Class name, directly specify the class name. If you have many classes, if you specify the class, automatically the concerned member function will be called. Now in show also, publisher show. Now you create the object to derived class book b dot get data and b dot show. And this notation is required if I use the same member function name in base class as well as derived class. Multiple inheritance. Look at this. I have two base classes and one derived class. So Z gets the properties of X as well as the properties of Y. The same example, class publisher, get data and show, and class other. So publisher is a base class and other is also a base class. I have two base classes. From two base classes I am creating one derived class. Look at this notation. The book is created. The book is created from publisher and as well as author. So what is the format? Class, derived class name, colon, public, base class 1, comma, public, base class 2. So all the properties of publisher and author are applicable to book now. So even in this also I have get data and show. All the three classes are having the same member function name, get data and show. That is the reason whenever I call the data of parent class, I am specifying the class name. Publisher get data, author get data. Publisher show, author show. And usual in the main program you create the object of the derived class, and the derived class is book here and the object is b dot get data and b dot show. Hierarchical inheritance. Look at this. So from X, Y and Z are created. Y gets the properties of X and Z also gets the properties of X. And look at the program. So what is the class name? Account. Account number, customer name, get data, the functions to get data and show. So from account, SB underscore ACT is created, that is your derived class. And from account, current underscore ACT, another derived class. I have two derived classes and one base class. And look at the way how the base class functions are called. As usual, class name, scope, resolution operator and member function. As I have two base classes, I need to create two objects to each and every base class, derived class. I have two derived classes. One is SB account, another one is current account. I need to create two objects. So multi-level X to Y and Y to Z. Z is the derived class and Z parent is Y, and Y is the derived class and Y parent is X. The same example we have. Publisher, P name and place data, get data and show other functions. From publisher, author is created. So from publisher, author is created means the member data and member functions of publisher are applicable to author. So look at that, publisher get data and publisher show. And now from author, book is created. So publisher to author, author to book, and book is the derived class. And look at the get data of author and show of author. Programs looks lengthy, but they're very simple if you just go through. So hybrid inheritance is combination of one or more types of inheritance. Look at this. X to Y and Y to W is multi-level. And from Y and Z, W is created is multiple. So combination of multi-level and multiple is hybrid. Any combination of one or more types of inheritance is hybrid. So X is base class to Y and Y and Z are base classes to W, and W is a derived class. The same example, class name publisher, I have get data and show. From publisher, author is created, means all the data of publisher are applicable to author. So publisher to author. So one derivation is occurred here. And look at class distributor. Distributor is another base class. Now look at this final derivation. Class book is created from author and distributor. But author is created from publisher. So publisher to author, and from author and distributor, book is created. This is your hybrid. So look at the function calls. The main program object is created for book. Book is the final derived class, and b dot get data and b dot show.